Have you ever wondered why some men walk into a room and instantly command respect without raising their voice, showing off their money, or demanding attention? Their power isn't loud. It's not in their appearance. It's not in their possessions. It's in their habits. And the ancient Stoics understood this better than anyone. Today, you'll discover 10 Stoic habits that make men powerful. These are not tricks, manipulations, or shortcuts. They are timeless principles that build inner strength, discipline, and influence. Stay until the end because the final habit ties everything together and separates ordinary men from truly powerful ones. If you're ready to become stronger mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, subscribe to Stoic Ascension and let's begin. Habit 1. Control your reactions. Most men believe power comes from controlling situations. The Stoics taught the opposite. Real power comes from controlling yourself. Life will test you. People will disrespect you. Plans will fail. Unexpected problems will appear. A weak man reacts immediately. A powerful man responds deliberately. Imagine a young employee named David. One morning his manager publicly criticized his work in front of everyone. His face turned red. His heart raced. Every instinct told him to argue. But instead, he stayed calm. He listened. He took notes. He improved his work. 3 months later, he earned a promotion while others remained stuck complaining. What made him powerful wasn't the criticism. It was his response to it. The Stoics understood that no one can make you angry without your permission. Every reaction is a choice. The moment you master your emotions, you stop becoming a slave to circumstances. And when people realize they cannot easily provoke you, they begin to respect you. Power begins where emotional control starts. Habit 2. Speak less and listen more. Many men try to prove their intelligence by talking. Powerful men understand that listening is often more valuable than speaking. The Stoics believe that wisdom enters through the ears before it leaves through the mouth. A man who constantly talks reveals everything. A man who listens gathers information. Think about Marcus, a young businessman who attended meetings with experienced entrepreneurs. While everyone competed to sound important, Marcus stayed quiet. He listened carefully. He observed. He asked thoughtful questions. Years later, he built a successful company using lessons he learned simply by paying attention. The loudest person in the room is rarely the strongest. Silence creates mystery. Listening creates understanding. And understanding creates influence. The next time you're in a conversation, resist the urge to interrupt. Listen completely. You may discover that people reveal far more than they intend. And that knowledge becomes power. Habit 3. Wake up with purpose. Most people wake up and immediately check their phones. Their minds become controlled by notifications, news, and distractions. Stoics approached each morning differently. They prepared themselves mentally for the day ahead. Imagine a man named Michael. For years, his mornings began with scrolling social media. He felt distracted, anxious, and unproductive. One day he decided to change. Instead of reaching for his phone, he spent 10 minutes planning his day. He reviewed his goals. He reflected on what truly mattered. Within months, his productivity transformed. His confidence grew. His life became more organized. Every morning is a battle. The way you begin your day often determines how you finish it. Powerful men don't drift through life. They start each day with intention. They decide where their attention goes. And because they control their mornings, they control their future. Habit 4. Accept what you cannot control. One of the greatest sources of weakness is fighting reality. Many men waste years complaining about things they cannot change. The weather. The economy. Other people's opinions. Past mistakes. The Stoics taught a simple principle. Focus on what you can control. Release what you cannot. A farmer once spent months worrying about a drought. Every day he complained. Every day he stressed. Yet the weather never changed. His neighbor took a different approach. Instead of worrying, he improved his irrigation system and worked harder on the things he could influence. When difficult times came, he was prepared. The difference wasn't luck. It was focus. Powerful men understand that energy is precious. They invest it wisely. The moment you stop resisting reality, you gain the strength to improve it. Habit 5, practice discipline daily. Discipline is the foundation of power. Without discipline, talent is wasted. Without discipline, goals remain dreams. Without discipline, potential dies. A young athlete dreamed of becoming a champion. Every day he faced a choice. Train or rest. Improve or procrastinate. Push forward or make excuses. Many days he didn't feel motivated. But he trained anyway. Years later, people called him gifted. They never saw the countless mornings when discipline carried him forward. Motivation is temporary. Discipline is permanent. The Stoics understood that greatness is built through small actions repeated consistently. Every workout matters. Every book matters. Every healthy decision matters. Every promise you keep to yourself matters. Powerful men do what needs to be done even when they don't feel like doing it. And over time, that consistency creates extraordinary results. Habit 6, embrace discomfort. Most people run from discomfort. Stoics moved toward it. They knew that comfort creates weakness while challenge creates strength. Imagine a young man named Samuel. He avoided difficult conversations. He avoided risks. He avoided challenges. His life remained comfortable. But it also remained small. Eventually, he decided to face discomfort. He started speaking up. He learned new skills. He accepted difficult responsibilities. Each challenge felt uncomfortable. But each challenge made him stronger. Growth always lives outside your comfort zone. Muscles grow through resistance. Character grows through adversity. Confidence grows through experience. Powerful men understand that discomfort is often a sign that growth is happening. Instead of fearing it, they welcome it. Because every challenge conquered becomes proof of their strength. Habit 7, guard your mind. Your mind is your greatest asset. And yet many people allow negative influences to enter it every day. The Stoics carefully protected their thoughts. They understood that what enters the mind eventually shapes behavior. Consider two friends. One spent hours consuming negativity, gossip, and drama. The other spent his time learning, reading, and improving himself. 5 years later, their lives looked completely different. One became bitter. The other became wise. The difference began with what they fed their minds. Your thoughts become your actions. Your actions become your habits. Your habits become your character. Powerful men are selective about what they watch, read, and listen to. They know that every piece of information either strengthens them or weakens them. Guard your mind carefully. Because your future depends on it. Habit 8, stay humble while growing stronger. True power doesn't need to announce itself. The strongest men are often the most humble. A Stoic understands that there is always more to learn. Imagine a successful businessman who became wealthy. Instead of becoming arrogant, he continued studying. He continued asking questions. He continued improving. Because of his humility, he kept growing. Meanwhile, others believed they already knew everything. Their growth stopped. Arrogance blinds. Humility teaches. The moment a man believes he has nothing left to learn, he begins to decline. Powerful men remain students for life. They learn from success. They learn from failure. They learn from everyone they meet. Their confidence comes from competence, not ego. And that makes them even stronger. Habit 9, keep your word. Your reputation is built one promise at a time. A man who cannot keep his word cannot be trusted. And without trust, there is no lasting power. A young entrepreneur promised a client he would complete a project by Friday. Unexpected problems appeared. The work became harder. The deadline became difficult. But he stayed up late and finished the job. Years later, that client continued sending him opportunities because he knew one thing. This man keeps his word. Many people make promises. Few follow through. The Stoics believed integrity was one of the highest virtues. Your word should mean something. If you say you'll do it, do it. If you commit, follow through. If you fail, take responsibility. Powerful men build trust through consistency. And trust opens doors that talent alone never can. Habit 10, remember that life is temporary. This final habit may be the most powerful of all. The Stoics regularly reflected on mortality. Not to become fearful, but to become focused. One day, every opportunity will disappear. One day, every excuse will lose its meaning. One day, your time will run out. A man spent years postponing his dreams. He kept saying, "I'll start next year." Then next year became another year. And another. Eventually, he realized that life was moving faster than he imagined. That realization changed everything. He stopped wasting time. He stopped delaying important decisions. He started living intentionally. When you remember that life is temporary, trivial problems lose their power. Petty arguments become meaningless. Fear becomes smaller. Purpose becomes clearer. Powerful men don't live forever. But they live with urgency. They make their days count. Because they understand that time is life's most valuable currency. These 10 Stoic habits can transform an ordinary man into an extraordinary one. Control your reactions. Speak less and listen more. Wake up with purpose. Accept what you cannot control. Practice discipline daily. Embrace discomfort. Guard your mind. Stay humble. Keep your word. And remember that life is temporary. None of these habits require wealth. None require status. None require special talent. They only require commitment. The man who practices them consistently becomes stronger every single day. Not because life becomes easier, but because he becomes better. So here's today's challenge. Before you leave, take a moment and think about the men you admire most. The strongest men are rarely the loudest. They don't spend their lives trying to impress strangers. They don't chase validation. They don't depend on applause. Their strength comes from something deeper. It comes from character. And character is built through daily habits. Every powerful man you have ever respected was once weak in some area of his life. He struggled. He doubted himself. He made mistakes. He failed. But he continued moving forward. That is what separated him from everyone else. Not talent. Not luck. Not perfect circumstances. Persistence. The Stoics understood a truth that many people forget today. You don't become powerful overnight. You become powerful one decision at a time. One disciplined morning. One controlled reaction. One difficult conversation. One promise kept. One challenge faced. One temptation resisted. Day after day. Week after week. Year after year. Imagine two men standing in the same place today. Both have the same opportunities. Both have similar abilities. One chooses comfort every day. The other chooses growth every day. Fast forward 5 years. Their lives look completely different. One wonders why nothing changed. The other becomes the man he once dreamed of becoming. The difference wasn't fate. The difference was habits. That's why Stoicism remains powerful even thousands of years later. Human nature hasn't changed. People still struggle with fear. People still struggle with anger. People still struggle with distractions. People still struggle with discipline. And the solutions remain the same. Master your mind. Master your emotions. Master your actions. Because every battle you win within yourself creates strength that no one can take away. Money can disappear. Status can disappear. Opportunities can disappear. But character stays. A disciplined man can lose everything and rebuild. A wise man can face setbacks and remain calm. A focused man can overcome obstacles that stop everyone else. That is true power. Not domination. Not intimidation. Not control over others. Control over yourself. The Stoics often reminded themselves that each day could be their last. This wasn't meant to create fear. It was meant to create urgency. Because when you understand that time is limited, you stop wasting it. You stop waiting for the perfect moment. You stop making excuses. You stop postponing your growth. You begin acting now. Right now. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Not next year. Today. Because the future is never guaranteed. But this moment is. This choice is. This action is. And every great life is built from small choices repeated consistently. So as this video comes to an end, remember these words. Stay calm when others panic. Stay disciplined when others quit. Stay focused when others get distracted. Stay humble when others become arrogant. Stay strong when life becomes difficult. Because every challenge you overcome is shaping you into a stronger man. The journey won't always be easy. There will be setbacks. There will be failures. There will be moments when giving up feels easier. But those moments are exactly where greatness is forged. The obstacle is the path. The struggle is the teacher. The challenge is the opportunity. And the man who understands this becomes nearly impossible to defeat. If you made it this far, comment below. I choose discipline over excuses. Let's see how many future Stoics are watching until the end. And if you found value in this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Stoic Ascension for more timeless wisdom, practical Stoic lessons, and powerful strategies for becoming the strongest version of yourself. Until next time, remember. Your greatest battle is not against the world. Your greatest battle is against the weaker version of yourself. Win that battle every day, and your life will never be the same.